Alrighty, here we go. Hey there everybody, it's the Nasty One here again, and welcome back to the next episode of the Buzzards franchise here in year number 2. Last episode, we took on the Overdogs to kick off the second half of the regular season, and we defeated the second place team in our division rather easily, 5-1 behind the great pitching of our rookie starter Jude Hokey. And with that victory, that puts us at 8-1 on the year, and we are going into a doubleheader against the last place team in our division, the Jacks. This is, of course, the first of two back-to-back doubleheader episodes here we're going to be having, as we will also be taking on the Nemesis in the following episode, which will also be another doubleheader. These 4 games are also the last 4 home games we have during the regular season here, part of a 5-game homestand, which is our last homestand of the regular season. Game 1 here against the Jacks features a pitching matchup of Beavis Ortiz on the mound for the Jacks, 1-0 with a 6.75 ERA and a 1.61 whip. And for us, it is his former teammate from last year's B-Wolf squad, Fran Japani, 1-1 with an 8.10 ERA and a 1.90 whip. Batting lineup for the Buzzards here in Game 1, we'll have Bunterson leading off at short. He is still locked in. Then it is the center fielder, Thurman Colt. First baseman, Joseph Trunk, who is tense. Then it's catcher, Jacques Often back in the lineup, still locked in. Batting 5th, third baseman, Mario Mustachio. Batting 6th, left fielder, Rolf Borgner, back in the lineup today. Batting 7th, second baseman Sloop Whoopity, and batting 8th, rookie right fielder Carter Mahoney, with the pitcher Japani rounding us out. Let's get it on. We won't be dilly-dallying here, as we're going to have a big episode on our hands here with back-to-back games. Jacks have completely given up on the speed department here, trying to cash in with bullpen pitching and about subpar offense, subpar rotation, and about average defense. So really, this club, there's nothing to write home about except their relievers. Outside of that, the Jacks don't have much going for them on paper. Here we go, leading off for the Jacks, left fielder slash Trips, third baseman Yo-Yo Yamamoto, and then second baseman Huffley Buffler. Leading off is Trips, left fielder, hitting .351 in the year with 4 RBIs, as he has contact versus right-hander active for the switch hitter. Here's a look at Japani's numbers on the season. Japani won her last outing. Her first outing was a bit of a shake-up against the Nemesis, where she got pounded early on. 8.10 ERA and a 1.90 whip. 9 earned runs given up in her 2 starts, totaling only 10 innings pitched. 17 hits surrendered, 3 of them homers. She has walked 2 and struck out 9. Batting average against .370 on the year. And here is the lineup for the Jacks today after Trips. Locked in third baseman Yo-Yo Yamamoto. Then it is locked in second baseman Huffley Buffler. Batting 4th in the cleanup slot is the shortstop Juice Jackson. Batting 5th and locked in is the center fielder Batch Wilson. Batting 6th, first baseman Downtown Upton. Batting 7th, right fielder Betty Sparks. Batting 8th, tense catcher Tough Lift. And batting 9th, the pitcher Beavis Ortiz. Let's get it on. First pitched inside, fastball line to right center in the gap. That is going to be extra bases for Trips. Mahoney does cut it off, but that's going to be a leadoff double for Slash. Now to bring up third baseman Yo-Yo Yamamoto, who's locked in, hitting .400 with a homer, 4 RBIs on the year. First pitch two-seamer up, taken high, ball 1. Throw ball down and away, grounded to third. Mustachio right there looks to runner back and goes to first, 1 down. Next up, the second baseman Huffley Buffler, who's also locked in, hitting .457. 2 homers with 5 RBIs on the year for Huffley. Change it down and in. Pulled foul. Buffler out in front of it. 0-1. Slider up and away is outside. 1-1. Two-seamer up and in. Buffler cracks at the center field. I think he got just under it, though. Colt back right in front of the warning track. He will make the catch for the second out, as Trips will tag and make it to third easily. 2 down runner at third for Jackson. Third base shortstop today, hitting .242. 2 homers, 5 RBIs. First pitch curveball at the knees, grounded hard to short, right up Bunterson. He'll make the play to first, and that ends the inning as Japani does pitch around the leadoff double. Bottom 1 were scoreless. Bunterson, Colt, and Trunk do up against Ortiz. Leading off shortstop Buttons, Bunterson, who's locked in, hitting .462. 2 RBIs on the year for Buttons. Here's a look at Ortiz's numbers in better detail. Ortiz is 1-0 in his 2 starts. He's got an ERA of .675 and a 1.61 whip. 7 runs given up in his 2 starts, totaling only 9 1/3 innings, so he's averaging about 4 1/3, just over 4 1/3 innings to start. 12 hits surrendered, 3 of them homers. He has walked 3 and struck out 7. Batting average against .293 on the year. First pitch curveball in the dirt, bounces, ball 1. Fastball inside, misses. 2-0 the count to Buttons. Slider hangs in there for a strike, 2-1. Fastball up high on the check swing, 3-1. Slider outside, chased and dribbled to second. Easy play for Buffalo, 1 down. Next up will be the center fielder Thurman Colt, hitting .444. 3 homers, 10 RBIs on the year for Thurman. Fastball inside from Ortiz, misses, ball 1. Forkball up, swung under it, Colt a little late, 1-1 the count. Slider at the knees, line to center field, and Colt has the first hit today for the Buzzards as he is on with a single. Hey, one boy, how's it going? There is Trunk, the first baseman. Tense right now, hitting .226, 1 homer, 2 RBIs on the year. I actually looked at their rotation. It's actually not that good. Outside of O and Ortiz, they drop off pretty hard with Roberto and Ozone. So their first 2 slots are all right. They really went out for the bullpen. They kept Spectacular, kept Munstard, kept Lapata. So basically they held on. They just swapped Mushara for Winder, which is basically the same pitcher. Yeah, they got Ortiz. I'll give them that. They got rid of their Bell and Miet ball, but it's still garbage, no matter how you look at it. Trunk trying to break out of the slump he is in this year, hitting only .226, 1 homer, 2 RBIs. Runner at first with 1 down is Colt. Curveball in there at the knees for a strike, going 1. Slider chase, dribble to the mound. Ortiz backhands it to second. Buffalo in the first. That is a double play, and that will end the inning, as that's basically been Joseph Trunk's season this year. A whole lot of potential, but he's just wasting it. To the second, we're scoreless. Wilson, Upton, and Sparks 2 up. Leading off is the center fielder, Batch Wilson, who is locked in, hitting .361. 2 homers, 7 RBIs on the year, as he has contact versus right-hander active. Looking to keep his hot hitting going as of late. First pitch changeup away from Japani is low. Ball 1. Fastball middle in, check swings for a strike, 1-1. Slider up, that hangs, and is fouled off as Wilson was late on it, 1-2. Receiver away, outside, 2-2. Fastball up and in, fouled off. Curveball middle in, ripped to second, right at Whoopity, makes the catch, 1 down. Oh, don't worry, I do the same thing against all the slow pitchers that I always face. It takes a while to settle in just to how bad they are and like how slow the ball really is coming in. Especially on higher egos where you're expecting like pitchers to be rapid fire fast. Then you get like someone like Miet Ball, you get someone like who am I thinking of? Barry Ozone will qualify, Bay Paul especially. It's just like, why do you throw so slow? Due up next is the first baseman, Downtown Upton. .259 average on the year for Upton with a homer and 2 RBIs so far on the year. First pitch fastball at the letters in there for a strike as Japani forges ahead. Next pitch a slider down in the way, chased and fouled off, 0-2 the count. Receiver up and in, lined into right center field. That is in the gap, and Upton's going to have extra bases as that gets all the way to the wall. Hitting right off that 4-0-2 sign there as he's in with a 1-out double. Puts him in scoring position for Betty Sparks, the right fielder. Outside pitch active for Betty, as always, hitting .290. 1 homer, 3 RBIs. Yeah. They always almost always they'll go to Spectacular out of the bullpen when Miet Ball pitches, and you're like, what the fuck? Now I've got to change up everything I've been doing. Oh, I hate that. That's what makes that one so effective. Fastball down and in is a strike called 0-1. I think that might be why Spectacular is like so good on the Jacks. It's because everyone else around him is so garbage that when they switch to him, it's like they don't know how to hit. Change up down and in, a strike to Sparks, 0-2 the count now. Tough out activates for Sparks here. Slider outside, chased and fouled off. Still an 0-2 count. Curveball down and away. Dribbler to third. Mustachio charges and fires to first. 2 down. Next up, the catcher, Tough lift to his 10s. Only a 107 average on the year for Tough. 1 homer and 3 RBIs as he is having a very, very poor year at the plate. Rivaling what he did last year. Absolutely nothing. Fastball high, ball 1. Curveball down and away. Chopper up the middle. Bunderson charges, bare hands, and fires to first in time, and that ends the inning. As once again, Japani pitches around a double. Bottom 2 were scoreless. Often, Mustachio and Borgner do up. Alrighty, leading off is the catcher Jacques Often, back in the lineup today after resting last game. Hitting .571, 3 homers, 7 RBIs. Ready to lead off against Ortiz. Powers right-hander active for Jacques. Fastball up and in is high, ball 1. Fastball up and away, swung through it late, 1-1. Slider inside is lined to second, right to Buffler, 1 down. Next up is going to be Mustachio, third baseman, hitting .367, 6 RBIs on the year. Oh yeah, totally agree. The same thing happens going from people like Pulo to, say, relievers like, okay, who's a poor reliever on the Crocodons? Oh, Lou to Baziz. You go directly from Pulo to Lou, you go from Elmo Slayer to Huck and Duck. It's like, what the hell? Or even Simba Delano. Especially Simba Delano. That is BP at its finest right there. Mustachio takes a slider outside, ball 1. Mustachio hitting .367 on the year, 6 homers. Or 6 RBIs, no homers, Jesus. Slider low on the check swing, 2-0. Curveball hangs, and the power swing was just a little late on that load up as it's popped up to left center. Easy play out there for trips, 2 down. And that will bring up Borgner with the bases empty. Left fielder back in the lineup today. Sitting out last game to fix his mojo. Hitting .276, 3 RBIs as Ortiz is locked in. Forkball down and in, a strike called, 0-1. Slider middle in, hit down the left field line into the corner. That will hang up for trips. He will make the catch, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Ortiz. To the third, it is scoreless. Ortiz, Trips, and Yamamoto do up against Japani. Oh, yes, the goddamn changeup. Baypaul has a changeup. I think Mietball has a changeup. I know for a fact Simba Delano has a freaking changeup. It's a floater. And it's like, I want to hit it so bad, but I can't hold up on the swing. Leading off the inning for Jax is Ortiz. He is hitless on the year, but he is now locked in, looking for his first hit. Heater high, ball 1. You see in the middle of the plate is fouled off, out of play on the left side as Borgner looks at it off the fence over there, 1-1. Change it down in the way, fouled off. Ortiz early on the swing that time, 1-2. Fastball up and in. Chased it high, strike 3. First punch out for Japani today, and she is in double digits on the season after that one. 1 down, and that'll bring up the left fielder Trips. He led off the game with a double in the first inning and then was stranded at third base, I believe. Yes, because there was a deep fly out. Slider at the knees on the first pitch, grounded the second, right up Whippity. Easy play for Sloop, 2 down. Next up is Yamamoto, the third baseman, who's locked in. 0 for 1 today with a ground out to third base. First pitch curveball at the knees. Turned on and ripped into left field. Hit pretty well. Borgner going back. Lays out over his glove. It one hops to the wall, and that will be another double for the Jacks. Third one today goes to Yamamoto as the third baseman's on to extend the inning for Buffler. Buffler 0 for 1 today. Flew out to dead center field his first time up, which advanced the runner Trips to third base in the first inning. Fortunately, the Jackson could not follow him up and drive him in that time. First pitch, change it down and in, is ripped hard and foul, 0-1. You see him ripping away, just outside from Japani, 1-1. Fastball middle away, grounded in the hole to second, Whoopity over. Cuts it off and fires to first in time. That does end the inning, as again, for the third straight inning, Japani pitches around a double. Bottom 3 were scoreless still. Bottom 3 in the lineup up for the Buzzards, Whoopity, Mahoney, and Japani. Mine too, don't worry. Then again, I do that normally anyway, so whenever I power swing, I'm just loading up and I'm flinging it no matter what happens, which is why whenever I power swing, more than likely it's going to end badly, but it's pretty funny if you just watch it. Leading off for us this inning is going to be Whoopity, second baseman hitting .233 on the year against the locked-in Ortiz. Slider's inside, ball one. Heater up and away, in there, 1-1. Curveball hangs, line to left center. Leaping is Juice Jackson. What a play to rob Whoopity of a hit. One down, and that will bring up right fielder rookie Carter Mahoney, batting eighth today, hitting .294 on the year with an RBI. Solid rookie campaign so far for Mahoney as that fastball's outside. Ball one. Fastball up and away, swung through it late, 1-1. Slider up and away is fouled off, 1-2 the count. Curveball down and away is outside and in the dirt, 2-2. Fastball up and in, lined in the hole to second. Diving is Buffler to make a nice catch. Back-to-back great plays from the middle of the Jacks infield. 2 down, and that'll bring up Japani, the pitcher, who's hitless on the year. 2 down, nobody on. He's swinging away here. Slider up, grounded to first on the first pitch, right to Upton, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3, 4 Ortiz as he has set down the last 7 batters to face him. To the fourth, it is 0-0. Jackson, Wilson, and Upton due up. One of the best. Oh, nice. That is solid right there. Starter reliever, K-Man, and B+ with specialist. Solid. I am jealous. I wish I had that in mind, but I'm okay with Hokie. Hokie's doing all right with just, K-Man. And hey, Mondo's not doing half bad himself at a C- with a K-Man. Leading off the inning for the Jacks this inning is their shortstop, Juice Jackson. 0 for 1 today with, I believe it was a ground out, if I remember correctly. First pitch fastball at the knees, low, ball one. Next pitch, changeup up and in. Jackson check swings it, takes it high, 2-0. Slider away, outside, 3-0 the count as Jackson firmly in the driver's seat here. Two-seamer middle away, in there for a strike, 3-1. Fastball down and in, grounded up the third base line. Mustachio dives and cuts it off, gets up and fires. In time to first, nice play, 1 down. Ooh, and 24, nice. Got her while she's young. Still has the room to improve into the A- category. Oh, I hope you keep her too, man. Hopefully she never tests free agency. Next up is Batch Wilson. He doubled his first time up, if I remember correctly. Who's up after him? No, he did not. Upton's the one that doubled. Wilson, I think, flew out. First pitch, two-seamer at the knees, grounded foul, 0-1. Fastball down in the weight, called a strike, 0-2. Slider up and in, chased high, strike 3. Second punch up for Japani as she is now locked in, 2 down. And that will bring up downtown Upton, 1 for 1 today with the double. Oh, that's a slip of the curveball as that's going to stay high, ball 1. Definitely let go of that one too early. Fastball down in the way, in there at the knees for a strike called, 1-1. Change up and in, fools Upton as he's out in front of it. Loaded up that power swing and missed, 1-2 the count. Slider down and in, fouled off, still 1-2. Using him up and away. Outside, chased at strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Japani to end the inning. 3 today for her so far. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, we are still scoreless. Bunter and Colton Trunk due up. Haha, smart move. Yeah, K Frequent, arguably one of the most dominant closers in the entire game. Unfortunately, that contract is a bit bloated, so with the freebooters, if you want to improve quickly, got to get the money from her and you got to spread it around. Because Noelle, fantastic starting ace at a very relatively cheap price. I think she makes either 7-9 or she makes just over $9 million or something. That's fantastically cheap for an ace pitcher of her caliber. I would take that all day. But yeah, if you get money from the frequent cut and then you cut, I guess, Steamboat Wissell, I think he's the next expensive. Cut those two and get some decent replacements. You can develop all the rest of your team. For sure. Steamboat's your closer. Smart. Wait for him to retire. Normally he'll retire after year 1 or 2 anyway, so Ortiz versus Bunterson. Okay, Bunterson's 0 for 1 today. Curveball hangs, and Bunterson swings and drives at the center. Unfortunately, it's going to go right to Wilson. 1 down. Next up is Colt, the center fielder, 1 for 1 today with a single, and was erased on a double play ball. Fork ball in there away for a strike, 0-1. Fork ball low, 1-1. Fastball down the middle, grounded to second right off the end of the bat, right to Jackson at short, 2 down. And that's going to bring up Trunk with the bases empty, 0 for 1. Grounded into a double play last time up. Slider low, ball 1. Curveball middle in, ripped foul by Trunk as he's early on the swing, 1-1 the count. Slider down and in, driven to right center field by Trunk on the power swing, but that's going to hang up there for Wilson. Runs it down in the gap, 1-2-3 inning for Ortiz as he has set down the last 10 batters to face him in a row. To the 5th, we're scoreless. Sparks, Lift, and Ortiz do up. Fair point. Now, Jackman, yes, you do not want to lose Jackman that early unless you, like, there's, like, a hotshot rookie you could, like, sign to replace him right away. Then maybe I could see you getting rid of Jackman, whose contract is a little bit bigger. Oakley stiffs, hit or miss on him for me. For me, in my playthrough, he was a miss, so I just got rid of him like right away in year 1. Came back to bite me a few years later in the playoffs. If you watch through the series, I think year 8 or 9, he just like he said, you know what, fuck you for releasing me in year 1. And he just absolutely kicked my ass. But yeah, outside of those two, you can let pretty much anyone else on that team test free agency willy-nilly because honestly, there's nobody really worth keeping outside of those 2 offensive players. Maybe Brickhouse, but Brickhouse, a little bit overpaid. Curveball down and in for a strike. Not to mention he is like one of the worst fielding center fielders in the game to start outside of maybe Thurman Colt. So, and he doesn't have a lot of speed either. So Brickhouse, really not necessary in center field. He's more like a glorified DH at that point. Fastball up and away. That was a bad pitch to Sparks. That's in the gap, and that's going to get to the wall. That's going to be the 4th double of the game for the Jacks here. Colt gets it in, but Sparks is going to beat that easily as she's in scoring position to start the inning. Next up, Tough Lift, the catcher. 0 for 1 today. Currently still tense. Grounded out to second base his first time up. Change it down and in. Grounded to third base. Right at Mustachio, who fires the first. 1 down. Next up, the pitcher slot, Ortiz. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Fastball up and away. Bunt is up. Often dives. Makes the nice catch. Fires it to second in the dirt, but picked by Bunterson. That's a double play. And we get out of the inning in style. Nice play by Jock and good backup there by Bunterson to save the errant throw. Bottom 5, we're scoreless. Often Mustachio and Borgner do up. Yeah, Jock has still got some moves back there. You forget, Jock often is actually a very good fielder. And he hasn't regressed at all, so his fielding is still top-notch. I think we can take a quick look at it here. Jock's fielding is a 76. He's one of the top-tier catchers that can also swing the stick. Thank you. And speaking of him, he's up first. Come on, Jacques. Oh, that fucking floating curveball. Pops it up. Center field. Easy play for Wilson. 1 down. Any other pitch, it would be gone. Next up, Mustachio 0 for 1 today. Fastball away, outside, ball 1. Check swing outside again. Just misses from Ortiz, 2-0. Ah, swung late, 2-1. Come on, give me that curve. Nope, another heater up and in, 3-1. Dribble down and in, turned on and ripped to right field, but it's going to hang up for Sparks. 2 down. Next up, Borgner, left fielder 0 for 1 with the fly out. Slider in there at the knees, 0-1. Curveball at the knees, line to short, right at Jackson. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Ortiz again. 13 in a row he has set down. To the 6th, we're scoreless. Trips, Yamamoto, and Buffler do up. Next up, Slash Trips, left fielder 1 for 2 today with a double. First pitch curveball up and away. Turned on and line to right field. Back is Mahoney a few steps. He'll make a catch, 1 down. Next up, Yamamoto. Doubled his last time up. He was 1 for 2 today. First pitch fastball up and away. Line down the right field line. That is a fair ball, and that's the second hit today for Yamamoto. And the first one of the first 5 today for the Jacks. That is not a double. He's on at first with 1 down, and here's Buffler, 0 for 2 today. First pitch changeup up and away is way outside and nowhere near the zone. Ball 1. Fastball down and in, fouled off, 1-1 the count. Slider down and away, fouled off again, 1-2. Zoomer up and in. Buffler lines it into right field, another hit. Back-to-back singles here for the Jacks, put him in business with 1 down. First hit for Buffler today, he is 1 for 3. Good question. In general or in reference to this particular series, for the Freebooters franchise, I can, without a doubt, say that for that one, that would probably be... Ooh, that one's tougher than I thought it would be. For the Freebooters franchise, it was definitely the Herbisaurs. They were the most troublesome team, and they also won the first year's title. So that pissed me off. For this particular series, it's going to be the Crocodons so far, because they did knock us out of the playoffs last year. For past playthroughs, good question. For the Sandcats franchise, it was definitely the Sawteeth. They definitely posed a lot of problems for that team right there. And the Blowfish were up there, though, because the Blowfish also always made the playoffs, where the Sawteeth rarely did. And then for the Hot Corners franchise, going way back now, testing my memory, I'm going to have to say the Wild Pigs or the Moose on that one. They were pretty interchangeable. They both fucked with me quite a bit that playthrough. Alrighty, 2 on, 1 down here for Jackson, as he's got a good RBI chance, although he is now tense, so he's trying to, bring himself back here. First pitch fastball at the knees, check swing strike away, 0-1. Chapani no longer locked in as well. Ball down and in, ground line to third, 1 hop at the mustachio, fires the second one, whoopity to first, double play, and just like that, Chapani gets out of the jam. Bottom 6, we're still scoreless. Whoopity, Mahoney and Chapani do up. Leading off here for us is going to be Whoopity, who's 0 for 1 and tense. Lined out his first time up. It's on a nice leaping play by Jackson. Fastball in there with the letters, 0-1. Fastball inside misses, 1-1. Ortiz pitching very economically today. Under 45 pitches here into the 6th inning. He's having a fantastic day. Curveball up and in, knocked down by Ortiz on the mound as he picks it up and fires the first 1 down. Good reactions there by the pitcher. Oh yeah, they always pick Gasser Morris out of the bullpen. It's either always Gasser Morris or frickin' Maverick McMahon that they call out of that bullpen, because they don't go to Yago that often, and they save Vayner for emergency situations. Although Vayner is a very good closer in his own right, don't get me wrong. Definitely Gasser Morris is by far their favorite with all that gas and that left-handed specialist trait. Whoo-wee, man, he is a pain in the ass to deal with. But I love the Sandcats, honestly. I can understand why the high defense would be annoying, but their offense is notoriously weak. I think if you can just, nail them down and I am actually surprised. Some of their starters aren't very good. I know Taka Basai is, wild, she has no accuracy whatsoever. Arches is a solid starter, but he's nothing special. He's, above average at best. He's a B+, I know that. It probably shouldn't be an ace. Who's the other one? Mondo. Mondo's hard to hit because he is so slow, but he does have that K-Man, which does make him dangerous. And then, who's the 4th starter on that team? It's Candy Sweet. Oh my god. Another batting practice pitcher. I can understand your frustration. But yeah, I've almost never had any problems hitting the Sandcats. Almost never. The hardest person I have trouble with is actually Gasser Morris. I can hit Maverick McMahon fine. Ice Vayner, I don't see him enough, but I can crush him. I can crush Yago. And I can hit all their starters pretty well, except maybe Taka Basai because she throws so many balls. It's hard to tell when the pitches are going to be out of the zone. What can Mahoney do? 0 for 1 today. Lined out the second his first time up. Slider in there at the knees, 0-1. Curveball at the knees, skied to center field. This should be an easy play for Wilson. And that is 15 in a row set down by Ortiz as the pitcher slot due up. Here's Japani, 0-1, still locked in. Grounded out to first base her first time up. She takes a slider inside, ball 1. Slider middle of the plate line to center field. That's a base hit, and that'll end the streak of 15 consecutive batters retired. Japani's first hit of the year. She is 1 for 2 today. Next up is Bunterson, 0 for 2 today. Forkball away, outside, ball 1. Fastball up, check swing, called a strike, 1-1. Fastball at the knees, line through the middle, base hit for Bunterson. That's into center field. Back-to-back hits here for the Buzzards, have 2 on and 2 down. Next up, due up is Thurman Colt. Center fielder singled his first time at the plate. He is 1 for 2 today. Yep. Oh my God, I hate it when that happens. Yeah, the Freebooters' one Achilles heel is their defense. I definitely had trouble with them early in the franchise. Like the first 2 years, we couldn't field for shit. So it was abysmal. And like, it feels like when you make one mistake in this game, it just compounds. And then everything just happens. Like every dive that inning, it just never ends well. And then after that one inning, everything goes back to all peachy keen. And you're like, really? You had to fuck me for that one goddamn inning? Now I'll never catch back up. I'm down 8 runs. Come on, Colt. Fastball down and in. Misses. Ball 1. Fastball middle of the way. Popped foul. Out of play by Colt. Get out of reach. Yes, it will. Okay. Good effort by Yamamoto, though. 1-1 the count. Curve up and in. Ice strike. 1-2. Hanging curve there. Fastball down in the way, chopped up the middle, diving as Jackson make the stop. Got to get it to first in time to retire the speedy Colt, and that ends the inning. To the 7th, we're still scoreless here in the first game of this doubleheader. Wilson, Upton, and Sparks do up. Here's Wilson, center fielder's 0 for 2 today. Looking to turn his day around as he is no longer locked in. Struck out swinging his last time up. First pitch curveball down in the way, called a strike at the knees, 0-1. Spani locked in after an inning and in double play last time. As that 2-seamers up and in misses. Inside, 1-1. Change it down and in is low, 2-2, 2-1. Fastball up and away, fouled off, 2-2. Slider away, outside, full count. Seamer up and in. Wilson pops it up into left field, foul territory. Borgner going over, lays out, overdove it. Still a full count. Good effort, though. Fastball down and in, grounded in the hole to third. Mustachio dives under his glove into left field. That is a base hit. First hit for Wilson today. He is 1 for 3 and back to locked-in mojo. Leadoff man on here for the Jacks. That'll bring up downtown Upton. First baseman's 1 for 2 today with the double. First pitch curveball at the knees. Grounded hard at the middle. Whoopity dives out of his reach into center. That's a base hit. Back-to-back singles have them in business. Jacks have 2 on and none down. Next up is Betty Sparks. Right fielder 1 for 2 with the double. Big spot for Betty. Let's see if she can come through. First pitch fastball down and in. Check swing strike called. 0-1. Change up middle in. Popped up by Sparks. Shallow left center. Infield fly call as Bunterson's under at 1 down. Dolph Stakes said, "I'm robbing you." Oh my God. Oh no, I hate it when they do that. That sometimes their defense is just a cheat code, and you just got to say, you know what? That game, the CPU does not want me to win this game. Sometimes you just have to accept it. It's a lot easier. Lift due up now. He's 0 for 2 today. Big RBI chance still for the Jacks, looking to break through here in the 7th. Slider away, outside from Japani, ball 1. Fastball middle in, called a strike, 1-1. Seamer down in the way, fouled off, 1-2 to lift. Ball down and in. Inside, just missed the corner, 2-2. Change him up and in. Chased and fouled off by left as he fights to stay alive. Still a 2-2 count. Fastball down in the way. Grounded to second right at Whoopity. Flips to second. One. Bunters in the first. Double play. And again, Japani gets out of danger. Third double play she's turned today. Bottom seventh. Hard to line up for the Buzzards. Trunk, Often, and Mustachio. Yep, I've had those moments too. Trust me. I have had some fantastic rage moments in this series. I think my most recent one was from the Freebooters. It was the Year 8 playoff series. We lost in the first round to the Sawteeth. We were up by 2 runs in the 8th inning of Game 3. I brought in Handero Specialo, and he literally shit the bed in front of our eyes and gave up 6 runs in that inning alone. I don't think I've ever raged that hard in quite a long time. I almost broke my headset. I almost broke my controller. And I almost unplugged the system and threw it out the window in the same span of 5 minutes. Oh my god, that was great. Good times, good times. Trunk hitless today, 0 for 2. Looking to bounce back here. Flew out last time up as he takes fastball at the knees, 0 1. Fastball up, chased it high and swings late, 0 2. Fastball chased below the knees, dribbler to short. Easy play for Jackson. 1 down. Next up, Often, 0 for 2 day for the catcher. Still locked in though. Popped out last time up. Check swing high on the fastball, ball 1. Slider outside, 2-0 to Jacques. Chased the curveball in the dirt as he was geared up for the fastball, 2-1. Fastball up and away is fouled off, 2-2 to Jacques. Curveball middle in, turned on by Jacques and cracked it into right field, but he got under it right forward to Sparks, 2 down. Next up is Mustachio, 0 for 2 today. Slider outside, misses, ball 1. Fastball middle in, cut late, 1-1. Fastball at the knees, line to right center field. That is down for a base hit as Wilson cuts it off. That'll save extra bases. Mustachio on with his first hit today. He is 1 for 3. 2-out single keeps the inning alive for Borgner. Left fielder 0 for 2 today. Pick off to first, nothing doing this. Mustachio gets back safely. Fastball up and away, a strike, 0-1. Fastball up, fouled off by Borgner, 0-2. Runner goes. Slider inside, misses. Throw down is late. Mustachio steals second. Stolen base for M squared. He is now 1 for 3 on the year, as that is his first successful stolen base attempt this season. 1-2 count to Borgner. RBI shot for the left fielder. Let's see if he can get it done. Fastball up, he pops it up. No, he couldn't. To left center, trips over, calls off Wilson, and makes the catch to end the inning. We're scoreless to the 8th. Ortiz, Trips, and Yamamoto do up. Interesting to see if they pinch hit for Ortiz here, knowing how good their bullpen is. Here's Ortiz, 0 for 2 and locked in. They are pinch hitting, coming off the bench, backup center fielder Manon Moon, the former Wild Pigs product. 167 average and 1 RBI on the year. Fastball at the knees, cracked into left field in the first pitch, and that's a liner base hit. Borgner gets it in, Moon on with the leadoff single. That'll bring up Trips, 1 for 3 with a double. First pitch, change it down and in. Call the balls, the runner goes. Throw down by Jacques, just late, stolen base for Moon. Nice speed there by Manon. His first successful stolen base attempt this year, he's 1 for 3. 1-0 the count to Trips. First pitch, 2-seamer. Next pitch, 2-seamer away. Line to short. Right at Bunterson to make the catches. 1 down. Ooh, that is a good question. Definitely in the hundreds. I know the entire series is 176 episodes. I'm going to guess it is around episode 140. It's around episode 140. It's between 140 and 150. I can guarantee you that. Maybe drop it down to like 138. Definitely in that range. It's one of the longer episodes because it's a playoff episode. In my playoff episodes, I do all the games back to back no matter what. It's about 2 hours and 42 minutes long. Just skip to about maybe 2 hours and 25 minutes in, 2 hours and 20 minutes, and then just enjoy the last 20 minutes or so. Oh, good, you found it. Good. Great. Oh my god, I had such a horrible time. I don't think there was a lot of, like, vocal rage. I think it was a lot of just... It might have been some vocal rage, but definitely a lot of off-camera rage for sure. Yamamoto up next. 1 out runner at second. Yamamoto 2 for 3 today is doubled and singled. Double down and in. Lined into left field on the first pitch. That is a base hit. Borgner cuts it off, and then he'll keep it to a single as Moon holds at third. Runners at the corners, 1 down now, and here's Buffler 1 for 3 with the single. First pitch slider up and away. Buffler takes a strike called, 0-1. Fastball down and away, fouled off, 0-2. Change it down and in, low into the dirt, 1-2. Missing it down and away, fouled off, 1-2 the count. Ball down and in, chased it in the dirt, strike 3, swinging runner going for second, throw down by Austin is late. 2 down though, that's the 4th punch up for Japani today, and that'll bring up Jackson 2 in scoring position, 2 down, he's 0 for 3 today, hitting to 2 double play balls. And he is also, I believe, grounded out. Can Japani retire Jackson one more time? First pitch fastball up and away. Outside, ball 1. Throw ball down and away. Pulled foul, out of play. 1-1 the count. To answer your question, it's game 3. It's the final game. Yes, Hoon, yes, we have a extremely big nail biter. Beavis Ortiz was on one today. He retired 15 straight batters in a row without giving up a hit, from like the end of the 1st inning all the way to like the 6th inning. They just pinch hit for him this inning, and they are in threatening here. It is a big spot here for Japani. Yes, understand my pain. Change it down and in is low, 2-1. Fastball down and away, driven to right center field. He guessed right. That's going to be in the gap, and that's going to put the Jacks on the board. 2-0 will be the score as Jackson has the 5th double of the game for the Jacks. Japani gives up the goose egg, and next up is Wilson, 1 for 3 with a single. I'm going to give her one more batter. I think she's earned it, definitely with how she's pitched today. First pitch two-seamer up the letters is skied to left. Borgner back a few steps. He's going to make the catch, and that will end the inning. Jacks, though, are on the board with the 2-run double by Juice Jackson. Coming out of the bullpen is Mr. Who would have guessed it? Immaculo Spectaculo. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is going to be hard. Bottom 8, we're down 2. Whoopity, Mahoney, and Japani do up. Leading off, Whoopity 0 for 2 today in tenths, as he has not been hitting well today. And Jackson's coming off after being the hero. He's going to be replaced by the regular shortstop, Rob Glover. Pardon me. Spectaculo on the year has no record, a 0 ERA and an 0.53 whip. No runs given up, 9 appearances so far for Immaculo. 11 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits surrendered, 1 walk, and he has struck out 12. Batting average against 135. He is keeping his trend of appearing in every game this season for the Jacks. And he is at mostly full stamina, so he hasn't pitched very much recently. Very true, very true. Let's see what Whoopity can do. Fastball at the letters for a strike, 0-1, and of course, Spectaculo is locked in, of course. Heater up and away, outside, 1-1. Chased the fastball down and in, 1-2 the count. Definitely guessed wrong on that one. Chased it high, strike 3. First punch up for Spectaculo. Next up, the rookie Carter Mahoney, right fielder 0 for 2 today. He is lined out and flown out. Change up inside for a strike, 0-1. Fastball up and in, chased it late, 0-2. Slider outside and chased, but fouled back, 0-2. Fastball up, blooper to right center field. That is down for a hit. Mahoney comes through in the clutch. He's on with 1 down, and that will bring the tying run to the plate in the pitcher slot. Yes, we're pinch hitting. Japani has singled today, though. She's done here after 8 innings of work, giving up only 2 runs On 11 hits, she didn't walk anybody, and she struck out 4 batters. So, quality start for Japani. Unfortunately, she is in line for the loss here, unless we do something massive this inning. Coming off the bench to pinch hit here is going to be, I mean, we got to go for it, right? Go big or go home. It's going to be Antonio Levo. Switch hitter coming off the bench, first baseman hitting .333, 1 homer, 2 RBIs on the year. Let's see what we can do. Change up, grounded in the hole. It's behind Mahoney, and that's going to be a base hit. Ooh. I wonder if you could accidentally hit your runner with the ball and have them have them called out because of that. Maybe they'll put that in Super Mega Baseball 4. Anyway, 2 on back-to-back singles. Here's Bunterson, who singled last time up as well. He's 1 for 3 today. If we can put a ball in the gap, we can definitely score 1. I don't know about Levo scoring. It's going to need to be like a really spicy triple for that to happen. First pitch changeup in there at the knees for a strike. Slider's low, 1-1. Fastball up is chased and popped up, foul. Easy play for Upton, 2 down. Ugh. Next up, Colt, center fielder, 1 for 3 with a single. Slider away, in there at the knees. God, you can't defend against that. 0-1. Fastball at the knees, swung late, 0-2. Change up out in front of it, and Colt down swinging to end the inning. Second punch out for Spectaculo. Alright, Trunk is due up next. I can't double switch for him. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Alright. I guess we won't double switch here. We'll just take Levo out, since he doesn't really play defense that well. We are going to go to... It's not a save situation, so let's save Texas. Let's go with Bowler. Bring the long reliever in case we go to extras. Upton, Sparks, and Lift do up 6, 7, and 8 for the Jacks, with Spectaculo up 4th this inning. So we'll see if they pinch hit for him. Because they do still have, Yep, Texas is still here. He is still not retired. And he didn't regress either, so we hung on to him. Upton due up to lead off the inning. Jesus. 2 for 3, double and a single today, so he'll face Bowler. Bowler hasn't pitched in a while, so trying to shake the rust off. He's 1-0, 0 ERA, and a 0.60 whip. No earned runs given up in 2 appearances. He's run 5 innings, 3 hits surrendered, 2 strikeouts recorded, and a batting average against a 176. First pitch fastball at the knees, grounded in the hole to first. Trunk dives and makes a nice stop. Gets it to Bowler in time, 1 down. Oh yeah, you are thinking of Charlie Best. Yes, the left-handed specialist. I wish I had him. Here's Betty Sparks. I think Sparks is 1 for 3 today. First pitch slider down and in, a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Two-seamer up and in. Liner to short. Bunterson leaps. Definitely meant to jump to his right. But single for Sparks. She's now 2 for 4, and that'll bring up Lift. Catcher 0 for 3 today. Still tense. First pitch change it down and in. Called a strike, 0-1. Fastball down and away. Line to first. Trunk lead lunges. It's under his glove into right. Back-to-back singles here as for some reason we can't figure out the dive and jump controls with this inning. Next up, Spectaculo. No at-bats yet on the year for him. Locked in. They are not pinch hitting, so they want him to take the 9th instead of their closer, Lapata. Interesting. Maybe Lapata's tired? I mean, Spectaculo is better ratings-wise, for sure, and he's locked in, so I can understand that part. Alright. First pitch fastball at the knees. Bunt shown and pulled back, 1-0. Seamer up and in. Bunt pulled back. This time it's a strike, 1-1. Light up and away. Bunt is up. Bowler slides. Makes the catch. Fires the first just late. Nice play, Bradley. 2 down, and that'll bring up Trips. 1 for 4 with a double today. First pitch two-seamer down in the way. Called a strike at the knees, 0-1. Change up and in. Chased it, 0-2. Fastball up and away. Chased it high, strike 3. First punch up for Bowler, and that ends the inning in style. Bottom 9, we're down 2. Trunk, Often, and Mustachio, heart of the lineup. Our last chance today against Spectaculo. Let's see if we can pull it back here in game 1. Leading off, Trunk 0 for 3 day for the first baseman. Definitely not having a fantastic day at all. Change up low, ball 1. Change up low, 2-0. Slider inside, 3-0 to Trunk. Fastball up and in, ball 4. First walk for Spectacular out of the pen, and respecting Trunk's prowess, gives up the leadoff walk as that brings the tying run to the plate and Jock Often. Catcher 0 for 3 today, no longer locked in, but he does still have power of his right-hander active. Better bet we're loading up here. And we popped it up. Out of play. Off the screen, 0-1. Alright, no load up. Fastball at the knees. I do better without loading, as that's in the gap to left center. That is down and off the base of the fence on a hop. Extra bases for Often. Trunk scores from first on the double. It is 2-1. Tying run in scoring position is Often is locked in, and that'll bring up Mustachio, who's 1 for 3 with a single. Spectacular still locked in, though. Can Mario be the hero we all want? Fastball away, outside, ball 1. Change with the knees, pulled foul, 1-1. Slider at the knees, line to center field. That's right to Wilson, 1 down. Unlucky. Next up is Borgner, 0 for 3 today for the left fielder. Fastball inside, misses, ball 1. Fastball up and in, lined at the middle. Over the diving shortstop into center field. Rounding third is going to be Often. Here's the throw from Wilson. It is late. It's an RBI single for Borgner. We're tied at 2 as we make Spectacular blow the save. And he is done. Coming out of the bullpen is the closer, Chico Lapata, with the winning run at first and only 1 down. Oh, that's why they didn't go to Lapata. His numbers this year are absolute garbage. Before that, let's get this over with. We're pinch hitting with second baseman Nathaniel Hurls, since Whoopity is tense and not doing anything at the plate. Here's a look at Lapata on the year. He is 0-1, 18 ERA and a .250 whip. In 3 appearances, he's given up 4 earned runs, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits surrendered, 1 of them a homer. He's walked 2 and struck out 5. Batting average against .333. So of the 6 outs he's recorded this year, 5 of them are strikeouts, despite having K-Dud. Interesting numbers. Thank you, guys. Alrighty, Hurls. Rookie still looking for his first career hit. He has power of his right-hander active. Let's see what happens. Fastball at the knees for a strike. Going 1. Chased it up and away. 0-2 as K-Dot activates. Runner goes. Better at the knees. Grounded in the hole to short. Glover flips to second. Just late. Stolen base works out. Oh, good. That hit and run actually worked out as it saves the double play ball. 2 down. Runner in scoring position for the rookie Mahoney. Big chance to be the hero. 1 for 3 with a single. Can Carter come through? Pitch out. They're going to bring the pitcher to the plate. They're going to force our hand with Bowler. Ooh, you cheeky fuckers. I love it. Intentional walk to Mahoney. First walk for Lapata. Second walk for the Jacks pitching staff today. And here's Bowler. We do have to pinch hit for him as this is a winning situation. Best bat off the bench. I mean, honestly, all 3 of them have not been performing well this year. The best performer out of them is Bronx. But stat-wise, we're going to play the numbers here. It's going to be Axelson. We're going to give it to Gia. 200 average on the year, 3 RBIs, lefty versus righty. Let's see if Axelson can be a hero. Fastball, I think that's a cutter, low. Heater away, cut late, 1-1. Slider hangs, fouled off, 1-2, K-Dot activates. Fastball up and in, chopper up the middle. Buffler backhands it to first, that ends the inning. We're going to extras. And Texas is coming out of the bullpen. This is definitely the spot where you want him. To the 10th, we're tied at 2. Middle of the lineup up for the Jacks, Yamamoto, Buffler, and Glover. Leading off Yamamoto, 3 for 4 today. Double and 2 singles on the cards as he is locked in again. Hurls remains in the game at second base after pinch hitting for Whoopity. First pitch fastball down and in. Fouled off, 0-1. Curveball down and away, low in the dirt, 1-1. Slider up, fouled off, 1-2. Fastball down and in, breaks the bat as it's hit in front of the plate, off from the first, 1 down. Pardon me. Next up, the second baseman Buffler, who's locked in, 1 for 4 with a single. First pitch curveball up and away, outside, ball 1. Fastball down and in. Hard rip up the middle on the ground. That is a base hit, and that is the first hit that Max Texas has given up this season. Runner first, 1 down for Glover. Shortstop getting his first at bat of the game as he was a defensive switch for Juice Jackson in the 7th inning. 278 average on the year, 4 RBIs for Rob. First pitch fastball up and in from Texas. Check swing inside, ball 1. Curveball up and away, runner goes, hit and run is on, and that's in the center field for a base hit. Thankfully for us, Buffler does not run well, so he will only get to second. 2 on and 1 down as Texas is in a jam. Here's Batch Wilson. Center fielder 1 for 4 today with a single. First pitch slider up and away is outside, ball 1. Fastball at the knees, called a strike, 1-1. Curveball down and in, fouled off, 1-2. Slider down and away. Check swing is low. 2-2. Fastball inside. Fouled off. Still 2-2. Fastball up and away. Line in the left field. That's another base hit. 3 straight singles for the Jacks. Bases loaded. 1 down. This is not looking good. Here's Upton. 2 for 4. Double into single. Big spot for the first baseman. First pitch fastball down and in. Fouled off. 0-1. Slider up and away. Check swing is outside. 1-1. Fastball up and in. Inside. 2-1. The ball down and away. Grounded up the middle. Base hit. And that's going to be 4 straight hits. First runner's going to score. Second runner holds. It is 3-2 as the Jacks take the lead again. Next up, Sparks. 2 for 4. Double and a single. Texas now tense. First pitch fastball middle in. Driven to right center field, hit pretty well. Colt back to the warning track, looks up at the wall. It is a grand slam. Get out the rye bread and mustard for the Jacks. Betty Sparks puts the nail in the coffin here in the top of the 10th. It is now 6-2 or 7-2 as they break it open. Second of the year for Sparks. Arguably the biggest blow the Jacks have dealt all season. Next up, Tough Lift, 1 for 4 with the single as Texas is now rattled. First pitch fastball line to second. Hurls makes the catch at his shoe tops. 2 down. Got to bring up Lapata. They're not going to pinch it for him now as he's got a 5-run lead to work with. Fastball up is a strike. Going 1. Dribble down and in. Fouled off 0-2. And slider away is outside 1-2. Fastball away. Driven to left field. Hit pretty well. Borgner going back in the gap. Makes the catch and that ends the inning. But the Jacks strike for 5 runs on, I think, 6 hits? As they break the game open thanks to the big grand slam by Betty Sparks. Bottom 10, it is 7-2. Top of the lineup up. At least we got that going for us. Here's Bunterson, 1 for 4 with the single. Lapata now the pitcher of record as he's in line for the win. Let's see if he can slam the door here. Slider inside for a strike, going 1. Slider low, 1-1. Fastball low, 2-1. Chase the cutter low, dribbler to short. Easy play for Glover, 1 down. Oh, and Bunterson is hurt. That is not good. That is not good at all. Cold up, 1 for 4. What'd he do? Tweaked his groin. Motherfucker. Okay. Alright, insult to injury there. I really didn't need that, but okay. Colt up next. Cutter away for a strike, going 1. Fastball away is fouled off out of play, 0-2. K-Dot active again for Lapata. Slider middle in, grounded in the hole. Diving is Buffalo to make the stop. 2 down. Yeah, it seems that way, Hoon. Thankfully, we still got another game after this, but not feeling great. Trunk's still hitless, so see what he does. He did walk last time up. Cutter in there, 0-1. Cutter away, lined up the middle, diving his Glover, and that's a 1-2-3, 10th inning. Lapata slams the door, and the Buzzards lose 7-2. That ends our 7-game winning streak. I mean, come on, let's be honest. This winning streak had to end eventually. Do I like that it was against the last place Jacks? No. But on the plus side, it's not the Crocodons, it's not the second place Overdogs, and it's not the Nemesis, so I'll take it. We just couldn't hit today. Couldn't do a damn thing. I mean, we got lucky in the 9th off Spectacular because he got tired, but other than that, we couldn't do shit at the plate today. Japani pitched rather well. I'm very impressed with how well she did. Max Texas had a very, very big meltdown there in that 10th inning. That 10th inning is borderline enough for me to cut him, but I don't think there's a good reliever out there in the free agent pool. I'll check, but he might have just pitched himself off the team with that bad performance. Thank you, though. Thank you. I tried. Stay tuned, though. We do have another game after this. Everybody in the Jacks lineup got a hit today, even Rob Glover and Man and Moon. Only the pitchers didn't get hits. Grand slam for Betty Sparks, the big blow, obviously. RBI single for Downtown Upton, and 2 RBI double for Juice Jackson. For us, Trunk was hitless, so was Whoopity, so was the pinch hitter Hurls, and actually Label did get a hit. Axelson did not. RBI for Borgner on a single, and Often also on a double, I believe. Pitching lines, Ortiz, 7 innings, quality start, 4 hits, no earned runs given up, no strikeouts either, no decision for him. Spectacular inning and a third, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, 2 strikeouts, a blown save. Lapata gets the win, inning and 2/3, 1 walk given up. He improves to 1-1, cutting his ERA almost in half. Japani, 8 quality innings, 11 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, no decision for her. Bowler, inning out of the pen, 2 hits, 1 strikeout recorded, and then Texas takes the loss, his first of the year. He falls to 0-1. 1 inning, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 big grand slam. Player of the game, Betty Sparks, arguably, I mean, come on. Grand slam, you got to give it to her. Japani, the runner-up with her quality start, and then Ortiz, the third-place finisher with his shutout 7 innings. Not bad at all. I mean, it's a tough loss, hard one to swallow, but it's acceptable given the circumstances. We were already on a 7-game winning streak, so we had to lose at some point. Thankfully, it's not the playoffs, and it's not the teams that are second and third in the division, so I'll take it. And it took a grand slam to beat us. I mean, the only 2 games we've lost this year have been when teams have hit big home runs. Nemesis dropped 3 on us in that blowout they killed us in, and the Jacks needed a grand slam. Alright, Grapplers beat the Heaters in the 1 game that's between our 2 doubleheader games, so good for them. And here's the pitching matchup for the next game. It'll be a veteran Alberto Roberto, the former Sawteeth hurler, 0-1, 5.91 ERA and a 1.22 whip. Second year with the Jacks for him. And we will send Erlang Elwood to the hill, 1-0, 1.38 ERA and a 1.38 whip. Haha. Looking around the league, Alan Ho signs to the Sawtooth, replacing Marvin Steed. Possibly related to Efred Ho, maybe? Could be a cousin. Wild Pigs signed Hog Porker, the former Blowfish middle infielder, replacing Busha Digman. Good upgrade there on the bench. I like it. Marsha Brown released by the Sawtooth for Chet McCarthy, the young outfielder. Interesting. Blowfish signed Ricky Kwan back to the roster as they replaced their third baseman Keg Gutterson. Nemesis bring in Bella Mietball, replacing Chance Lauderbury. That is barely an upgrade. That is almost a slap in the face, really. Sawtooth signed Chase Tabul as they cut Sting McGee from the roster. Sawtooth, of course, not in any contention to make the playoffs whatsoever this year. Rally Overo offends the Hawk Corners coach. He's replaced by Walt Huckster, the former Platypi closer. Hawk Corners also not doing very well this year either. Leva loses 1 arm. It's okay. He's a first baseman. Jacks signed Bubble Garcia as they replace Dale Nail, as now they have a shot to potentially make a playoff run. They are now 4-6. They're in 3rd place in the division. They've got a chance. I mean, they do have a chance with that win. Yes, it is. Fair point. Alrighty, let's see. Is there an actual pitcher that could replace Max Texas on this roster? Well, Rally Overa was just released, but he's way too much money, so slow your roll. Bert Berger, yes. I could conceivably bring Bert in to replace Texas. Bert is not as quality as Texas. He's also not left-handed, which is kind of what I want. He is cheaper, though, so we'll bring us back some money. What do we have next game? We're going to have Sherman, we're going to have Commonly, and we're going to have Bowler. So we don't really need to release Texas, but judging by how badly that just went, if he has another bad outing like that, he's probably going to get the hook. And I don't want to bring in like a closer, especially not one that's as old as DeGame or Hooper. I mean, DeGame is solid, but 34 already. Probably not sticking around. And closers, outside of Pitt giving you like 1 or 2 good innings, they don't do anything for you, really. Yeah, so there are some options out here that we could sign, but maybe we won't make the move just yet. We'll give him a little slack. Still, Marsha Brown got released. That is very surprising. Start her and start Caden Clark. I mean, we might need some bench players for the playoffs. Ooh, Marvin Steed too. Yes, he's 37, but he is still solid. He hasn't regressed that much. Alrighty, let's look at these player development traits before we jump into game 2 here. Okay, so Bunterson just got hurt, so... oh, that is a good one, though. Damn it. Lavos will be here next time, and it's not really important, considering he is a bench player. Pardon me. Whoopity is dumb. Bowlers, I'm probably just going to ignore it. I did say we were looking at this one for Mondo and this one for Japani, and Japani did just pitch really well. I mean, Bunderson should still be here next time, but I don't think we'll have the money for it. We might, actually. It's going to be close. I say we play the percentages here and just hope for the best. So let's do Japani's first. +2, +2, +2. Does not get K-Mana. Sad face. We tried, though. She's now a B+. Alright. And then for Mondo, come on. 3 velocity. Damn, I was hoping for the 11. -2 junk. Only the 4 accuracy. Damn. Low rolls on both. But he is a C now, so hey, getting better. Alright. And we will be able to buy this one next game for Bunterson as long as it's here. It should be. And that is a very high chance to get contact versus right-hander. I really hope that sticks around and we can get that. Alrighty, let's jump into game 2 here. Set the lineup. Bunterson, of course, being hurt means he's got to come out. Whoopity is tense. Fielder is going to be a shortstop. Oh, God. Oh, God. What is this? What is he at shortstop? Mustachio's not that bad at short, actually. He does have the stronger arm, though. Alright. We got to make some changes because this lineup clearly didn't do very well. So, Mustachio, you get shortstop. Fielder goes to third. Hurls is going to play second. Lavo's going to play first. Trunk has to get out of his own head. Whoopity needs to get out of his head. Bunterson, you just need to heal up, my boy. Jock is still hitting well despite being a little bit tired, so I'm going to let him stay in. Bronx, just sit there. You'll be fine. Okay, let's set the lineup here. What order do I want these guys to hit in? Alright, put Colt here. Stachio, nope, not yet. Here, often here, Lavo here, then Hurls, yeah. Fielder above Mahoney. Yeah, he's the better hitter, okay. Alrighty, so Bordner leads off from left, Colton center, Mustachio at short, often catching, still locked in, Lavo at first, Hurls at second, Fielder at third, Mahoney in right, and Elwood on the mound. Oh boy. Pardon me. Let's see if we can bounce back here against Jackson game 2 of this doubleheader. Oh yeah, This could possibly be a rough day for the lineup, but sometimes drastic measures are just what we need. And of course, insult to injury, Bunterson goes down with another injury. He went down with one in year 1 too. Or no, was that Whoopity? Whoopity went down with the injury in year 1, but Bunterson had a stretch where he just couldn't hit, and he was rattled for like a good 3 or 4 games in the middle of year 1, so he's just not having a good time in this series. Alrighty, let's go. Yamamoto, Buffler, and Jackson up first for the Jacks. Yamamoto at first base today. Okay, locked in. Hitting .429, a homer, 4 RBIs, and he has contact for his left-hander active. Got to keep his bat in the lineup somehow because he's been killing it. After him will be Buffler at second, who's still locked in. Jackson at third, he's tense. Sparks in right locked in after the grand slam. Then Trips in left. Glover at short, getting the start today. Wilson in center, still locked in as well. And Upton behind the dish at catcher. I mean, I understand the move given that Lift is not hitting well. And your backup is Lars Stadcliffe, so I understand. And then Roberto pitching. Okay, well, the Jacks might have a rough one, too, after we get through the top half. Elwood on the year. Here's his numbers. Elwood is 1-0. He has a 1.38 ERA and a 1.38 whip. 2 earned runs given up in his 2 starts, totaling 13 innings. So averaging about 6 1/3 innings a start, if I did my math right. Or no, yeah, about 6 1/3, 6 2/3. Yeah. 16 hits surrendered, 2 walks, and he has struck out 7. Batting average against .296. Not horrible. Elwood's been pretty solid this year. Fastball at the knees, check swing strike, 0-1. We're ahead. Slider up and in, popped up, right to short. Mustachio there. Let's see if you can still field. Yep, we're good. 1 down.
The second baseman, Buffalo.
Ooh, good question. Walk-up songs. Buffler up next, locked in .450, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. He's locked in. I think personally, I've got to go with like the. I don't know what it's called, but
Performance sports equipment for home security.
But it's like really heavy on the electric guitars. I think it's like Rockstar or something. Whatever that one is, that one's my personal favorite because I love rock music. Like, I'm really into rock, I'm really into metal. So that one's probably my favorite, I think. And then I think my runner-up is like Lone Wolf or something, if that's one of the options. I forget if that's the actual name for it, but those two I like. And I also like the like gamer one, that walk up where it's like the little, kind of like the little throwback to Mario Brothers. That one I like too. Two-seamer down in the way, outside, ball 1. Fastball up and in, fouled off. 1-1 to count the Buffler. Curveball down and in. Line to short, right at Mustachio. 2 down. Really testing his ability at short today. Next up, Jackson, third baseman, tense, hitting .243, 2 RBIs, 2 homers, 7 RBIs on the year. Power hitter 2. Okay. Oh, that's my wife. She's asleep right now. She's just got a little cold, so don't be alarmed if you hear her cough. Fastball outside, misses, ball 1. Curveball down, bounces, 2-0. Seamer up and in, popped up, shallow right field. Mahoney coming on, rookie should make the catch, and he does. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Elwood. Bottom 1, Borgner, Colton, Mustachio due up. Yeah, that's the one. Borgner leading off, 273 average, 4 RBIs on the year for the left fielder. First pitch from Roberto, inside, ball 1 on the changeup. Another batting practice pitcher, who would have thunk it? He's almost as bad as Miet Ball. Roberto on the year, 0-1. He has a 5.91 ERA and a 1.22 whip. 7 earned runs given up in his 2 starts, totaling 10 2/3, so 5 1/3 innings a start. 9 hits surrendered, 1 of them a homer. He has walked 4 and struck out 9. Batting average against .209 on the year. Slider low, ball 1. Ball 2, Jesus. Fastball at the knees, 2-1. Heater inside, 3-1 the count. Curveball up the knees, line to right center. That's a base hit for Borgner. He is 1 for 1. Next up, Colt, center fielder, hitting .415, 3 homers, 10 RBIs on the year. Fastball up, called a strike, going 1. Pick off to first, they knew Borgner was going. Throw to second in time, he is gunned down. Borgner's first attempt to steal this year, he is now 0 for 1. 1 pitch to Colt, curveball inside, 1-1. Slider at the knees for a strike, 1-2. I'm definitely not going to be able to power swing today, I don't think. Not with Roberto on the mound, at least. Change away is pulled foul, out of play. 1-2. Watch your hands, boys. Almost broke some fingers. Slider inside misses, 2-2. Fastball up and away, blooper to left field. That's going to hang up, though, as Trips makes the catch, 2 down. Next up, Mustachio, shortstop, hitting .353, 6 RBIs on the year for Mario. Fastball up the letters for a strike, going 1. Here high, 1-1. Slider away, misses, 2-1. Change up inside, grounded to second, right at Buffler, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Roberto if you count the pickoff. To the second, we're scoreless. Sparks, Trips, and Glover due up. Right fielder Betty Sparks is locked in, .333 average, 2 homers, 7 RBIs on the year, coming off the grand slam in her last at bat of Game 1, which definitely left her with locked-in mojo. Fastball inside, chop back to Elwood, who makes the play, 1 down. Nice play, Erlang. Next up, left fielder Trips, .333 average, 4 RBIs on the year for Slash. Switch hitter batting right-handed today. Curveball down in the way, in the dirt, ball 1. Fastball up and in, a strike called, 1-1. Slider inside, lined up the middle, that is a base hit. First hit today for the Jacks goes to Trips, just like it did in Game 1. He's 1 for 1 today, and that'll bring up Glover. Shortstop has low pitch active here, hitting .316. 4 RBIs on the year. Glover pinch came on as part of a double switch in the first game. He is, went 1 for 1 in that game, I believe, with the single. First pitch fastball at the knees, line to short, backhanded by Mustachio for the second out. Nice play. Next up is Wilson, center fielder locked in, hitting .366. 2 homers, 7 RBIs on the year. Nice choice, nice choice. I can feel it, man. I love that. Love the energy. Fastball outside misses, ball 1. Curve up the knees, runner goes, called a strike, throw down by Often, just late, stolen base for Trips. Slash's 5th stolen base of the year, he is now 5 for 6. 1-1 the count. Change up inside, misses inside, 2-1. Slider middle of the plate, line to first, Levo leaps, makes the nice catch, and that ends the inning. Bottom 2, we're still scoreless. Often, Levo, and Hurls due up. Leading off is the catcher Often. Power of his right-hander active as he is locked in. He did double in a run last game. He is .531 average, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. Fastball up and in is high, ball 1. Fastball up, driven by Often to dead center field. He definitely lined that up properly, but he got shotgunned. Wilson runs it down, 1 out. Next up, Levo, first baseman hitting .385, 1 homer, 2 RBIs on the year, getting the start for Trunk over at first here in Game 2. Trying to fix Trunk's mojos, that slider's in the dirt, ball 1. Curveball caught the knees, 1-1. Curveball middle in, driven by Levo to right center field as he got that power swing timed up. That bounces to the wall on a hop, and that'll be a double for Levo. He was 1 for 1. Good swing in Mantonio. Next up, rookie second baseman Nathaniel Hurls. Power of his right-hander active for him. Still hitless on the year. He did pinch hit in Game 1, and he, believe, grounded out, if I remember correctly. Change up in there for a strike. Going 1. Fastball down and in, misses. 1-1. Fastball away, line in the hole, base hit. First career hit for Nathaniel Hurls. Right to trips, though, as Label will hold at third. Runners at the corners, one down. Attaboy, Rook. Attaboy. Of course, there is some... I understand that feeling completely. I know which one you're talking about now, because I've heard Jackman's walk-up. Solid. Fielder up next. Ian getting the start at third base today because Mustachio's playing short for the injured Bunterson. Hitless on the year. Ian still looking for his first hit as a member of the Buzzards. Change up in the below the knees, ball one. Slider down in the way, a strike, 1-1. Chased it in the dirt. What am I swinging at? 1-2. Curveball up, lined up the middle. In there for a base hit. Fielder's going to have his first career hit and RBI as a member of the Buzzards. Not in his career, mind you, but as a member of our team, yes. Good job, Ian. 1-0 to score. Next up, Mahoney. Rookie right fielder hitting .300 on the year with an RBI. One hit in the first game. He went 1 for 3. He also was intentionally walked in the 9th inning. Big spot for the rookie. Let's see if he can come through. Change down and then pulled foul as he's early, 0-1. Forkball middle in, grounded to short. This could be a double play. Glover to second one, Buffler to first. It is a double play, and that ends the inning. Buzzards, though, on the board with the first hits by Nathaniel Hurls and Ian Fielder. His fielder cashes in an RBI single. To the third, it is 1-0. Upton, Roberto, and Yamamoto due up. Oh, it is Juice Jackson's walk-up. That's right. I knew it sounded familiar. I knew I just heard it recently. Next up is Upton, the catcher, hitting .313, 1 homer, 3 RBIs. First pitch curveball down in the way, called a strike. Going 1 as Erlang's already locked in. Really feeling it. Foul off, 0-2. Change it down and in. Line at the middle on the ground. That is a base hit. Leadoff single for Upton as he keeps his hot hitting going. Leadoff man on for Roberto, the pitcher. Hitless on the year, but I expect the bunt coming up. Fastball up, bunt is shown. It is down. That is a good sacrifice. Elwood to first, 1 down. Next up, Yamamoto. Locked in. Still 0 for 1 today, though. First pitch change up down in the way. In the dirt. Good block by Jacques. 1-0 the count. Seamer up and in. Inside, 2-0. Go down and in. Low in the dirt, 3-0. Fastball away. Check swing strike called. 1-0, 3-1. Batter up and away. Fouled off. Full count. Change it down and in. Check swing inside. Ball 4. First walk for Elwood. First and second with 1 down now for Buffler. 0 for 1 today. Receiver down in the way at the knees. Driven to left center field. Hit well. Colt runs down the liner for the second out. Nice play. I knew if I dove, he was going to drop it with how poor of a fielder he is. So, had to hope he was going to catch it on the lunge. Next up, Jackson 0 for 1 today. Come on, Juice. See what you got. You doubled in 2 last game. See what you do here is that fastball away is a strike called. 0-1. Slider down and in. Chopper to short. Fielder misses it. That's an infield single. That is embarrassing. Definitely some miscommunication there. So that'll bring up Sparks. Bases loaded. 0 for 1 day for Betty so far. Last time the bases were loaded for Sparks, this ball ended up over the right center fence. Not feeling too confident. Slider down and in. Low. Ball 1. Damn, that's tough. Fastball down and in. Inside. 2-0. Seamer up and in. Breaks the bat. It's popped up foul off the screen, though. 2-1. We got a really high screen here for some reason. That's interesting. Why does Shock have to be so extra with the shit? First, their measurements are so freaking outlandishly big. Then their backstop screen is like really fucking high. 3-1 to count. And you see how intricate the outfield design is? Jesus. Fastball ripped foul. Full count. Tough out active now. Dribble down and in. Line foul. We'll do it again. Team up and in. Fouled off again. We're doing it again. Let's go down and in. Chopper to the mound. Elwood to first. That ends the inning. Good pitching job by Elwood. Oh, that added some gray hairs. Jesus Christ. Bottom 3, it's 1-0. Elwood, Borgner, and Colt do up. Oh, here's Elwood. 1 for 3 on the year hitting. Let's see what he does here. Slider away for a strike. Going 1. Curveball outside. 1-1. Curveball hangs. Good effort. 1-2. Chase the fastball up and away. 1 hopper to short. Glover to first. 1 down. I think Borgner up next, 1 for 1 with a single, and then he was thrown out trying to steal second base. I think their planning was, how can we make the most outrageous ballpark known to man that no one can hit a home run out of? I got it. We'll make it into a tiki bar. And we'll put some unnecessary waves, and maybe we'll throw in a wave runner at some point. Oh, the budget ran out. You know what? Let's just put a wooden bridge behind the center field. Why not? Change it down, and then Borgner swings, drives it to right. That's going to go right to Sparks. 1-2 down. Next up is Colt, 0 for 1 today. Slider away for a strike, going 1. Check swing down, and then on the check curveball, 1-1. Change him away, dribbler to short. Drop by Glover. That's going to be an E6 as Colt beats it out. Very unusual from the normally short-handed Glover, who's a utility infielder. Pistachio up next, 0 for 1. Pick off to first, nothing doing. Fastball swung through at the knees, 0-1. Dribble down and in, bounces, 1-1. Pick off to first, nothing doing. Well, they realized, oh crap, because we put the waves out there in the corner outfield, we can't, in the center outfield positions, it's like, we can't put the bullpens there. I know, we'll raise the seats up in the corners, put an unnecessary screen up in left field, and we'll put the bullpens under them. I'm like, yeah, there is literally no outfield seating except what's out in right field and that little patio out there on left. What the fuck were these guys thinking? This could not have been a successful business venture. Then again, we're on, looks like in a Hawaiian island, so they thought maybe there's not a lot of residents. I don't know. This could probably be why there will never be a baseball team in Hawaii. Slider up and away, fair ball down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases for Mustachio. Throw coming into second is going to be late. It is a double, second and third with 2 down. Next up, Often, 0 for 1 today. See if Jacques can come through with the RBI chance. Fastball up high, ball 1. Lined out to center field his first time up. Change it down, rip foul, 1-1. Check swing away on the heater, 1-2. Chase the changeup in the dirt, strike 3. Jacques chased the bad one, and he knew it. That ends the inning. To the 4th, it is 1-0. Trips, Glover, and Wilson do up. You know what? It will only destroy the stadium if you throw pineapples in it. Bonus points if you guess what TV show that's from. Trips up next, leading off for the Jacks. 1 for 1 today with a single and a stolen base. 349 average, 4 RBIs now. Fastball up, check swing high. 0-1. Curveball inside, misses. 1-1. Away, line down to third baseline, diving his fielder to make a nice catch. 1 down. Next up, Glover, 0 for 1 today. Fastball up and away, skied into right field on the first pitch. Mahoney going back, runs it down, 2 down. Yeah, it's okay. It's on the 3rd season of Total Drama, I believe Total Drama World Tour. That is the finale episode. Basically, the final challenge was in Hawaii. They had to run pineapple statues of themselves, the final 2 contestants, up to the top of the island's volcano, and the first one to throw their mannequin of pineapples into the volcano wins. But the host of the show was told if they throw pineapples in the volcano, it'll cause the volcano to erupt, and that's exactly what happened. And the $1 million ended up getting burnt. It was hilarious. First pitch fastball down and away is low. Ball 1. Curveball down and in is inside. 2-0. Slider up and away. Outside. 3-0. Two-seamer down and in is a strike called. 3-1. Fastball down and away. In there. Full count. Change up inside. Fouled off. Still a full count. Curveball hangs. That's lined to the gap right center. That's going to be down, and that'll be a base hit for Wilson. Two-out single will keep the inning alive here.
Now batting, the catcher, downtown Upton.
Yeah, true. Change up inside, foul back, 0-1. Oh, God, I love that show. I never saw Redonkulous Race. I watched the first 3 seasons. I saw the 4th season second hand because they released it in Canada first. 5th season, I just flat out skipped, honestly. My favorite All-Stars were eliminated in the first couple of episodes, and they didn't bring back one character I really wish they did, so that whole season was just a bloody mistake. So was Pakatu Island. Good fucking lord, that was horrible to watch. Even secondhand, it was still abysmally bad. And then when they went baby, I'm like, okay, you guys are done. Stop. The show needs to die. Grind out the first, ends the inning. Bottom 4, it's 1-0. Lavo hurls and fielder due up. Oh yeah, old Cartoon Network still keeps up the reruns. I love it. Favorite character? Good question. I'm gonna have to go Lavo due up first. Doubled his first time up. He's 1 for 1 and scored a run. Favorite character? Oh, without a doubt, this is easy for me. Harold. I loved Harold's character just because he's like this nerd who everyone underestimates, and he always has all these skills. Yeah, he's a tad bit whiny, and he's a tad bit of a know-it-all and annoying, but I still just fell in love with this character because it's that's basically me in real life without being as freaking annoying. Swung later the curveball, 0-1. Heater high, 1-1. Curveball inside is fouled off, 1-2. Oh, God. That's fair. Owen was a great winner for first season because you didn't think it was gonna be the fat guy, and then the fat guy won. It's no one expected that, and I'm really glad that what they did was they showed the original Canada ending, because after every season after that, it was always the real runner-up always won in America, and that was the ending they showed us. So it's we knew they weren't the actual winner, and that really upset me for the most part. I think in action, Duncan should have beat Beth. I mean, theoretically speaking. And I love Duncan as a character way more than Beth, so he definitely should have won that season. And then season 3, God, that ending was just horrible. 2 of the worst characters, I think, in my opinion. I mean, Alejandro has his moments, but, being that devious, that obvious about it, and not getting voted out is just, really? It's you handpicked him to win, basically. And then you got Heather. Yeah, she had a bit of a redemption arc that season, but I mean, come on, it's Heather. Did she really need to win? Agreed. 4th season. What was 4th season? Cameron. Okay. I can see Cameron winning that. I hate the fact that they made Lightning the winner in America, but I'm glad that Cameron won the show overall. I felt, you didn't expect the Bubble Boy to win. It was kind of like the Owen situation again, so that was kind of fun. All-Stars, who won that? That was Zoe and Mike / Mal. I like Mal. I like Mike as a character, especially with touching on all of his different personalities and bringing light to that kind of individual in real life, someone who has that problem, and putting him in a good light sometimes. The Mal persona, little over the top for me. Did he need to be that outright evil? Not really. I think it was a little much. That's right, yep. Cameron did win in the original series. I like that. Zoe, I think, should have won that season, and I'm glad that she did in the actual original version. Unfortunately, being in America, we got Mike as the winner. Zoe should have definitely won that season, for sure. I'm glad she did in the original version. Pocket Island, good God, that final two, I swear to Christ. I did not like Sky as a character. She was just so over-the-top annoying. My God. I hated Sugar even more. That was just a downright stupid villain. Did like the twist on Scarlet. That was kind of funny. Max, whiny little bitch. He needs to fuck off. Honestly, if I had my pick, I would put Jasmine in the final two instead of Sky. I love Sean's character. The paranoid zombie nut is just hilarious to me. I'm glad that he won in our season, but I really wish he was the overall winner instead of Sky. Well, now that we've been off on that tangent for a bit, fastball up popped up the short, and that is the first out of the inning. Next up, Hurls, 1-for-1 today with a single. Travis right-hander active for the rookie. Change up in there for a strike, going one. Forkball hangs, and Hurls cracks that to left center field. He smoked that one. That is over, trips his head, and that'll be extra bases for the rookie. He is 2 for 2 today. Not bad. First career multi-hit game. I'll take it. Fair point. It was a good tangent. I agree. It was something I enjoyed talking about. Fielder 1-for-1 today. RBI single last time up. Fastball high. Ball one. Outside. 2-0. Out in front of the changeup. 2-1. Fastball away. Fouled off. That's going to stay in play. Good run down by Yamamoto for the second out. Next up, Mahoney, 0-for-1 today. Changeup fouled off on the first pitch. Out of play, 0-1. Did he disappear in the stands? I think he did. Oh well. I love that glitch. Fastball up and in high, 1-1. I love the glitch where like your player leaps against the foul wall, knowing they're not going to catch it, and then they just glitch into the stands and disappear. Oh, that's so funny. I only see it a handful of times, but it's still funny. Fastball away, fouled into right field. Right there, Sparks. She will end the inning with that catch. Still 1-0 despite the double to the fifth. Roberto, Yamamoto, and Buffler do up. Here's the pitcher, Alberto Roberto. No at-bat yet. He did hit a sac bunt his first time up, and he's being pinch hit for here in the top of the fifth. Only going to go 4 innings today. Coming off the bench, getting his first at-bat of the season, former Heaters outfielder, and also formerly of the Moose, if you remember Super Mega Baseball 2, left fielder Bubbles Garcia. Facing the locked-in Elwood. Fastball down the middle was fouled back, 0-1. First at-bat of the year for Garcia, who was signed before this game. Change up in the dirt, 1-1 the count. Slider up and away. Driven to left center field. Hit pretty well by Garcia. Got a good swing on that one. Colt will run it down on the warning track, though, for the first out. Next up is Yamamoto. First baseman locked in. 0-for-1 today. Walked his last time up, though. Curveball up and in. Popped up. Shallow left field. Foul territory. Borgner coming on. And he'll make the catch. 2 down. Next up, Buffler, 0-for-2 today for Huffley. Change it down, lined up the middle. That is a base hit. Nice play. First hit today for Buffler. He is 1-for-3. Haha, shock it indeed. Next up, Jackson, 1-for-2 with a single. Fastball up and away is outside. Ball 1. Curveball down and away. Check swing low. 2-0. Change up and in. Floats over the middle. Thankfully, he wasn't swinging. 2-1. If Juice Jackson was normal Juice Jackson, that would probably be gone. It's a good thing he's tense. Two-seamer inside. Misses. 3-1. Ball down and away. Line to short. Pistachio dives. Makes the nice catch, and that ends the inning. Good play, Mario. Coming out of the bullpen for the Jacks is Dusty Winder, the former B-Wolves hurler. I believe he was on the B-Wolves. Yes, he is. Okay, good. Elwood, Borgner, and Colt due up. Here's Elwood, locked in, 0 for 1 today. Here's a look at Winder's numbers on the year. Winder, no record, a 54 ERA and a 6 whip. In 3 appearances, he has only pitched 2/3 of an inning, giving up 4 earned runs on 3 hits, one of them a homer. He has walked a batter and struck out 1. Batting average against 500. Good Lord, why does this man still have a job? Tense as well. Face the pitcher. Change up away for a strike, going 1. Fastball away, skied to left. Back a few steps as Trips as he was drawn in. Makes the catch, 1 down. Next up, Borgner, 1 for 2 day for the left fielder. Flew out last time up the right field. Fastball away, misses. Is actually in there for a strike, going 1. Curveball at the knees, off the diving third baseman's glove, picked up by the shortstop. Just late on the throw, it's an infield single for Borgner. He's 2 for 3. Now to bring up Colt, who's 0 for 2. Pitch out, nothing doing. Pick off to first, nothing doing still. Rolf has already been picked off once today. Another pick off, still nothing doing. Pick off again. 3 in a row from Winder, 1-0 the count still. Change him up and in, pulled foul, 1-1. Fastball down the middle, swung through it, 1-2. Fastball up, Colt lines it to left and shallow. Trips cannot get there, that's a base hit. First hit for Colt, he is 1 for 3. First and second, 1 down now for Mustachio. 1 for 2 with a double today. Come on, Mario. Change up inside, misses, ball 1. Curveball hangs, driven to center, I think he missed it. Off the end of the bat, right to Wilson. Runners are tagging. Ooh, that's a good throw. We're going to stay. Good cannon there from Wilson. 2 down. First and second for Often. 0 for 2 day for Jacques. Looking to bounce back here. Curveball outside from Winder. Misses, ball 1. Curveball away. Driven to left center field. That is going to get in the gap, and that'll be extra bases for Jacques. That's going to give us 2 runs as both are going to score. 2 RBI double for Often. It is 3-0. And Winder is rattled. Next up is Lavo, 1 for 2 with a double. Bad jumps active for Often out there at second. Away, Chopper to second. Easy play for Buffalo. That'll end the inning. Buzzards will get 2 on the 2-out double by Often. 3-0 to the 6th. Sparks, Trips, and Glover do up against Elwood. Here's Sparks, right fielder 0 for 2 today. First fastball up and in, called a strike, going 1. Sparks grounded out to the pitcher last time up with the bases loaded to end the 3rd inning, I believe. Rider to 3rd, over the diving fielder's glove, that is a base hit. And that was airmailed into second, and that's going to go almost out of play. Sparks going for second, almost went for 3rd there. That is going to be a single and an E7 on Borgner. Next up, Trips. Sorry, throat's a little dry. Trips 1 for 2 today with a single. About the knees on the first pitch, called a strike, going 1. Elwood no longer locked in. Seamer up and in, Chase 0-2. Fastball up and away, outside, 1-2. Slider down and in the dirt, 2-2. Change away, driven foul. A little early on the swing. 2-2 still the count. Fastball up and in. Chased and skied to right center. Colt going over for it. Makes catch for the first out as the runner tags for 3rd. Here comes the relay throw. Just late. Yes, Wilson is definitely a knockoff Jose Tremendo. Next up, Glover. 286. What is he, 0 for 2 today? I think he's 0 for 2 and he made an error on the field, which is why he's tense. RBI chance for Rob. Fastball inside for a strike, going 1. Curveball up and away, high, 1-1. Slider up and in. Driven to left field, heading to the corner. That is a fair ball as Rolf will give chase. Extra bases for Glover. It is now 3-1 as the Jacks are on the board. Next up, Wilson, 1 for 2 today with a single. Fastball down and in, lined up the middle. Hurls dives out of his reach, that's a base hit. Cole comes up throwing as Glover tries to stretch it. Throw back to first, late. RBI single there for Wilson, 2-3 the score. Next up, Upton, 1 for 2 today with the single as Elwood running into some problems here in the 6th. First pitch curveball at the knees, grounded up the middle, another hit, as that's 3 in a row now for the Jacks. First and second with 1 down. This here's Winder. Pitcher slide up. Pinch hitter coming is Man and Moon, who singled in the first game here in the doubleheader and then stole second base. 286 average, 1 RBI on the year. He's also scored a run in the series. Slider down and in for a strike, going 1. Elwood now tense. Fastball up and away, swung through it, 0-2. Down and away. Popped up the second, hurls there, infield fly called. He will put it away for the second out. Next up, Yamamoto, 0 for 2 today with a walk. Two-seamer up and in is high, ball 1. Fastball down and away, called a strike, 1-1. Slider down and in, rip foul, 1-2 the count. Change up and away. Chased it outside, strike 3. I think that's the first punch out today for Elwood as that ends the inning. He will exit the 6th with the lead. Moon coming off here is Elaine Munstar. Right-hander taking over on the hill as Hurls, fielder Mahoney, and the pitcher Slaughter due up. Leading off Nathaniel Hurls, rookie 2 for 2 today. He has doubled and singled today. Here's Munstar's numbers on the season. Munstar has no record, a 2.79 ERA and an 0.72 whip. In her 7 appearances, she's given up 3 earned runs, 9 2/3 innings pitched with 6 hits surrendered, 2 of them homers. She has walked a batter and struck out 11. Batting average against 171. Powers right-hander still active for Hurls here. Fastball up and in, misses inside, ball 1. Fastball up and in, check swing strike called, 1-1. Fastball up and away, swung late, 1-2. Fastball at the knees, line to left field, down for a hit. 3rd hit for Hurls today, he is 3 for 3. And he is locked in. Next up is fielder, 1 for 2 with an RBI single today. 1 for 11 on the year. Strike at the knees, 0-1. Pitch out, nothing doing. Fastball down the middle, fielder crushes that to left center field. That is in the gap, and that is going 1 hop to the wall as Hurls got a good jump. He's coming around 3rd. He will score as well on the double. It is 4-2. Second RBI of the game for fielder, and that'll bring up Mahoney. Right fielder 0 for 2 today, intense currently. Chased fastball at the knees, 0-1. Fastball down, fouled off, 0-2. Curveball away, popped up in front of the plate. Calling for it is the catcher Upton, 1 down. Next up, Elwood. Pitcher is done here after 6 innings of work. He's 0 for 2 today at the plate. Goes 6 innings, give up 9 hits, 1 walk, and he gave up 2 earned runs as he's in line for the win. Good quality start again for Elwood out there on the hill. Coming off the bench to hit is going to be Joseph Trunk, the first baseman, who is tense, hitting 200 on the year with a homer, 2 RBIs. Trying to come through here. Fastball low, ball 1. Fastball in there, outside corner, 1-1. Fastball at the knees, Trunk lines it to left center field. Swinging away from Wilson, it is down for a hit. RBI single for Trunk, it is 5-2. There you go, Joseph. Maybe that'll get you out of your own head. Borgner up next, 2 for 3 today with 2 singles. He is tense, though, as he did make an error in the field. Pick off to first. Low pick, but saved by Yamamoto. Fastball up the way, hit up the 3rd base line. Jackson backhands the second one. Buffalo to first, in time, double play, and that ends the inning. You know what? I'm going to leave Trunk in since he did get the hit. We're going to go to... I'm going to go to commonly out of the bullpen. We're going to take out Mahoney. Buffalo do up first, 1 for 3 with a single as he's still locked in. We are going to move Trunk to first, Borgner to right, and Lavo to left. There we go, perfect. First pitch fastball up and away from Meat is line to right field, hit well. Borgner back a few steps, makes the catch easily, 1 down. Next up is Jackson, 1 for 3 with a single as he's tense. Forgot to look at Conley's numbers here on the year. Meat no record, a 3.86 ERA and a 150 whip in 4 appearances, 2 earned runs given up in 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits surrendered, 1 walk, 1 home run ball, and he has struck out 2. Batting average against .316 on the year for Meat. Good question. You can technically advance the runner on a drop third strike in any situation. Bases loaded with 2 down. Yes, you can advance all the runners for sure. 1 out or less, if that happens. Batter's going to be out no matter what. You can advance the runners at your own risk, though. Curveball down and away in the first pitch to Jackson, a called strike, going 1. Fastball inside, line to right center, that is in for a base hit. Bolt dives and cuts it off to keep it just a single. Second hit for Jackson today, I believe. He is 2 for 4. Now to bring up Sparks, 1 for 3 with a single. His 2-seamer inside misses, ball 1. Cutter down and in, popped up, shallow right. Hurl's going out for it. Makes the catch, 2 down. Aw, man, I hate it when that happens. Yeah, I mean, if you got good speed, I would recommend, if you think you can make it and, like, it goes, like, really far behind the catcher, absolutely. But I think on most drop third strikes in this game, very rarely do they get by the catcher to the backstop. Normally, they're just, like, in the dirt. So I would say more often than not, I wouldn't do it. Unless, like, you see it go all the way to the backstop, and you for sure know you can make it, go for it. Cutter in there for a strike to Trips, 0-1. Trips 2 for 4 today with 2 hits. Grounder to second. Mustachio to first, and that will end the inning as Conley puts a 0 on the board. Bottom 7, Colt, Mustachio, and Often do up. Ooh, yeah, then you probably should have made it. My God. I guess maybe the game might have it programmed where it's kind of like when you're caught in a rundown situation, like eventually your speed just like decreases. I think maybe for third strikes they didn't expect anybody to like try to steal home on them, so maybe they unfortunately left it in the code that the runners like get a speed decrease or something. I got nothing for you. I mean, honestly, probably should have made it if it's near the backstop. Colt do up next, 1 for 3 today. Hater inside misses, ball 1. Fastball up the knees, sky to right center, that's in the gap. That'll be extra bases for Colt as he's on his horse already. No pun intended. Already into second, he's looking for third. Here's the relay throw from Buffler. It is late, a leadoff triple for Colt. Next up, Mustachio, 1 for 3 with the double. Corners are in here, infield is in here, trying to cut the run off at the plate, keep it a 3-run game. Fastball inside on the corner, 0-1. Fastball up the knees, hard grounder up the middle, base hit from Mustachio as he gets it through the drawn-in infield. 6-2 the score. Buzzards put up another insurance run. Oh yeah, when he got sent back, he already lost all his momentum. They definitely hit him with the, oh, you're in a rundown now? I'm going to decrease your speed all the way to 0. So yeah, I can explain the third one. Second one, that's just bad luck right there. Often do up now. 2 RBI double last time up for Jacques. Curveball fouled off, 0-1. Check swing up and in on the heater. 1-1 is 1 star now tense. Fastball up and in, lined up the middle, base hit. Jacques has a base hit. 2 for 4 day for Jacques. He's locked in again, and that will bring up Lavo, 1 for 3 with a double. Fastball middle in, line in the hole, into left, another hit. Lavo now 2 for 4, and the bases are loaded with none down. Station to station ball here as bases are loaded for the rookie Hurls. 3 for 3, double, 2 singles, and he's locked in. Powerless right-hander active as well. Come on, Nathaniel, let's get your first career RBI, buddy. Fastball outside misses, ball 1. Fastball up, swung late, 1-1. Fastball up and in, lined up the middle. Diving his Glover to make the catch. Ooh, everybody's safe. Bad luck. Next up, fielder, 2 for 3. RBI double and an RBI single today. He is 2 for 3. Come on, Ian. Strike at the knees, 0-1. Check swing high on the heater, 0-2. Fastball up, line to second, right at Buffler, 2 down. Bases loaded, and the pitcher due up. It's commonly. Yikes. Well, pinch hitter coming. We're going to go with Axelson off the bench here, as we don't want Bunterson to get any weaker. 190 average on the year for Axelson, 3 RBIs, 0 for 1 in the first game here in the doubleheader, as she flew out to end that her at bat. Fastball, but then a strike, going 1. Fastball at the knees, hard ground to short, right at Glover, on to first, and that ends the inning. Coming out of the bullpen is going to be... let's go Bradley Bowler again. He pitched in game 1. Keeps his momentum going here into game 2. Glover, Wilson, and Upton do up. Bowler only threw 11 pitches, so should be good to go. 1 for 3 day for Rob Glover as he's leading off. Still tense after his error. Did double in a run last time up, though. Here's a look at Bowler's numbers on the year. Bowler 1-0, 0 ERA on the year with an 0.83 whip. In 3 appearances, he's thrown 6 innings, 5 hits surrendered with 3 strikeouts recorded. Batting average against .227. First pitch fastball middle in, called a strike, going 1. Slider up and away, popped up down the left field line. That is foul, 0-2. Zero up and away, driven to right center. Borgner going over in the gap, makes the catch, 1 down. Next up, Wilson, 2 for 3 today with 2 singles and an RBI. Singled in a run last time up. Changed him away, grounded up the middle. Mustachio there for it. Fires to first. 2 down. Next up, Upton, 2 for 3 today with 2 singles. First pitch slider at the knees. Grounded to second. Hurls right there for it. Fires to first. 1-2-3 inning for Bowler. Bottom 8. We're still up 4. Trunk, Borgner, and Colt do up. Leading off Joseph Trunk, 1 for 1 today. RBI single last time up for Joseph. 1 start done after this 2 innings of work. Coming on the bullpen, Immaculo Spectaculo, who again has appeared in every game this season. Spectaculo blew the save in game 1, but was thankfully bailed out by the offense and Chico Lapata in extras. No record, a 1.42 ERA and an 0.87 whip. 10 appearances for Spectaculo. This is his 11th. 2 earned runs given up, 12 2/3 innings pitched, 9 hits surrendered with 2 walks, and he has struck out 14. Batting average against .200 on the year. Fastball up, swung through it late, 0-1. Slider away, fouled off, 0-2. Fastball up and in, fouled off, 0-2. Slider away, popped up, shallow right, out for it the second baseman. Buffalo makes catch, 1 down. Next up, Borgner, 2 for 4 today with 2 singles. Change of middle in, pulled foul, 0-1. Fastball up, chopper to short, easy play for Glover. 2 down. Next up is Colt, center fielder, 2 for 4 today. Tripled his last time up and scored a run. He's also singled today. Fastball up and away, popped into left field and shallow, down for a hit. Colt now 3 for 5 as that keeps the inning alive here. Gotta bring up Mustachio, 2 for 4. Doubled in a run last time up. He's also singled today. Fastball swung through it, 0-1. Pitch out, nothing doing. Fastball up and away, line to short. Easy play for Glover on the liner, and that ends the inning. To the 9th, we're still up 6-2. Spectacular Yamamoto and Buffler do up. Pinch hitter coming up first here for the Jacks to replace Spectacular. It is catcher Tough Lift, hitting 121 with a homer and 3 RBIs as he is tense and strained. First pitch two-seamer up and in. Fouled off. 0-1. Fastball up and away. High. 1-1. Down and in. Low. Off the glove of Often. 2-1. Fastball down and in. Check swing strike. 2-2. Slider away. Outside. Full count. Two-seamer up and in. Fouled off. Still a full count. Fastball down and in. Hard grounder to hold a short past the diving Mustachio. That is a base hit. Lift leads off the inning with a pinch hit single, and that'll bring up Yamamoto. 0 for 3 today with a walk. First pitch fastball at the knees. Line to second. Over the leaping hurls into right center. That is extra bases for Yamamoto. So that gets all the way to the fence. Colt gets it in. Runner holds at third. 2 on and none down here for Buffalo. 1 for 4 with the single. First pitch slider up and away. Check swing strike. 0-1. Two-seamer down and in. Inside. 1-1. Fastball down and away. Fouled off. 1-2. Up and in. High. 2-2. Fastball down and in. Swung through it. Strike 3. First punch up for Bowler. 1 down. Next up Jackson. 2 for 4 day for Juice. Still tense though, unfortunately. Slider down and away. Fouled off. 0-1. Fastball down. Line to short. Under Mustachio's glove. Into left. That is a base hit. 1 run will score on the single by Juice. He's now 3 for 5. It is 6-3. That'll bring up Sparks. 1 for 4 with the single. Ooh, favorite player. In the entire game? Ooh, okay. That's a tough one. Okay, if I think about this, going back to my days in SMB2 when I first got that game, before they put like ages in and everything, my favorite player was just based on names alone. Had to be Keg Gutterson, just because I love the name Keg, and then Gutterson just because of how like big and burly he is. It is just, it was just an awesome name. Coming into this game now, though, favorite player overall wise, that is very tough, actually. I think I'll divide it up. I'll go favorite pitcher and then favorite hitter. Favorite hitter, I'm gonna go with, off the top of my head, gotta be Hackliner for me. I just love how good he is as of a hitter. Sure, he's not a great fielder, but I just love what he brings to the table. And with RBI Man as well, he rivals Jackman with just how dangerous of a hitter he is. And for pitcher, I got a soft spot for Winnie Noel. I mean, I could just, no matter what situation I'm in, I can always pitch good with Noel. Like, no matter what, like clockwork, I could pitch with her all day. First pitch to Sparks, change it down and in, fouled off, 0-1. Two-seamer up and in, high on the check swing, 1-1. Fastball middle in, driven to center. This should be an easy play for Colt. Will be deep enough to score the runner from third, though. 2 down, runner tagging. Cut throw is late. It is a sac fly for Sparks, 6-4 the score. Tying run at the plate, it is Slash Trips, 1 for 4 today with a single. Slider down and in, line to short. Mustachio dives and cuts it off, fires to first. In time, that ends the game as the Buzzards do bounce back here in Game 2 to beat the Jacks. 6-4 your final. Ooh, Slip Sauter is another good one. I didn't even think of him, to be honest, but I think just for affordability's sake, I gotta go with Noelle, because I'm more often than not going to be able to afford her if she ever tests free agency, compared to someone as good as like Sauter, Alicia Woodrow, Elmo Slayer, Javita Pulo. Honestly, I don't like the overpowered pitchers that much. I just feel like they're kind of like a cheat code, you know? But yeah, Gutterson, favorite name. Another favorite name, Huck and Duck. I love that name. Hate the player. Alrighty, box scores for the Jacks. Everybody in their regular lineup got a hit, as well as the pinch hitter Tough Lift. For us, the RBIs also for Glover on a double, Wilson on a single, Sparks on a sac fly, and Jackson on a single. For us, everybody got a hit today except Carter Mahoney, as well as the pinch hitter Axelson. Joseph Trunk got one off the bench, RBI single for him. RBI double and RBI single for Fielder, 2 RBI double for Often, and an RBI single for Mustachio. Pitching lines, Roberto, 4 innings, 6 hits, and earned run, a strikeout. He takes the loss, falling to 0-2. Winder, bullpen for the Jacks, combined 4 innings out of the pen, giving up 5 earned runs with 11 hits. For us, quality start for Erlang Elwood, 6 innings, 9 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 2 earned runs given up. He improves to 2-0 on the year. Commonly a clean 7th inning, giving up only a hit. Bowler, 2 innings of relief, 3 hits, 2 earned runs given up with 1 strikeout. Solid outing all around. Player of the game, Ian Fielder, as he gets his first 2 hits of the season. First 2 hits as a member of the Buzzards, and 2 RBIs to boot. Colt, the runner-up, 3 for 5 day with a triple and 2 runs scored. And then Often, your third place finisher, 2 for 4 day, a 2 RBI double and a single. Oh yeah, Donko. I forgot about him. Good old Donko. We're playing the Jacks too. Didn't even think of him, probably because when I face him I normally beat the piss out of him. Solid name though, top tier for sure. Alrighty, let's look around the league here. Borgner, -1 contact. Not loving it. Sherman, +3 velocity. Solid. Dick Berger. God damn it, I forgot about Dick Berger. That's a good name too. Signs to the Herbivores. He replaces Tarzan Woodburn. Boris Bigworth released by the wide loads for Lou Debaziz. Oh, nice to see Lou get a home. Soft team signed Shelly Little, replacing Hanzo Majiko. As basically the soft team have just given up on the season at this point. I don't blame them. Let's sum up to the next game, which is a doubleheader against the Nemesis, so tune in for another long episode next time. That'll be fun. Oh, shock Often. Oh my god, yep. Wow, 17 innings. Jesus, Heaters win. Oh, hold on, my son's crying. Oh, of course, Pomptucci, of course. There we go. He's back asleep now. He just woke up. I had a little bit of a nightmare. Alrighty, 9-2, 3.5 game lead. We are very, very close to clinching this division. Honestly, I think one more win pretty much guarantees it for us. Yeah, if we sweep the Nemesis, this division is as good as ours. There's just nobody in this division that can catch us at this point. Sandcats are a dangerous team, 10-3. Wild Pigs having a good year, 9-4. Freebooters, solid second place, hey, 8-5. Wide Loads and B-Wolves both neck and neck at 7-4. Not quite at our level record-wise, but they are both dangerous teams in their own right. B-Wolves only lost to us by a run, and the Wide Loads, we did beat Pulo on opening day by 4 runs, so could go either way with them. Alrighty, next game is the doubleheader against the Nemesis, so that'll be another long episode for us. Game 1 will see their number 3, Mark Harbormouth, on the hill. 0-1, 5.40 ERA and a 1.30 whip. And for us, it'll be Trey Mondo, the youngster, 1-0, 0.60 ERA and an 0.67 whip. Let's look at these player development options here. Okay, ooh, good one for Colt. Love to see it. Definitely going to want to get that one next time. Not getting this one for Bowler. Mustachio doesn't really need the speed. Dumb one. Yeah. Alright, I think if we get this one, we got to get this one for Bunterson. I mean, we got to get him up to that A+ tier. And there's a very high chance for contact versus right-hander. We're not going to get another shot at this. We got to go for it. It's 3 power. Okay, that's fine. Damn it. Didn't get it again. Unlucky. We're going to wait 2 games for this. I really hope this one for Colt sticks around because he could use that. That is a fantastic upgrade. My God. Yep, see you next one. Alright, we'll set the lineup here, and we'll end it out after that. Alrighty, so next time out, Axelson is juiced in right field. My god, look at those ratings. Then it's Colton center, Trunk in left, still tense. Often catching, still locked in. And Mustachio at third. Hurls the shortstop, he's locked in. Whoopity back in at second. Fielder at first. And Mondo in on the mound. Alrighty, interesting lineup choices. We'll see how that works out for us. But, yeah, that'll do it for this episode, guys. A really long episode today. Extra innings loss against the Jackson game 1. That was a big upset with that grand slam there. At least it wasn't like a total walk-off because we were the home team, thankfully. And then we did bounce back to beat them in the second game, 6-4. So that was a good bounce-back win. So we split that doubleheader. We're at 9-2 now. We still have a 3.5 game lead on the Overdogs as they could not make up any ground on us. So with that in mind, this next episode against the Nemesis, if we are able to sweep them, we are definitely locked into the playoffs, no doubt about it, because I do not see the Overdogs going on a 6-game winning streak to end the season. I just don't see it happening. So, but thank you guys for sticking around for this long episode. If you enjoyed the content, guys, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to me on Twitch, subscribe to me on YouTube, whatever floats your boat, guys. And I will catch you all in the next one. Till then, this is the Nasty One, signing off.